Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles in this video. She's going to sit this one out, but we're going to talk about AI in Hollywood and Hollywood studios demonetizing a couple of YouTube channels that produce fake fan-made AI-generated movie trailers. Have you seen these? I'm sure you probably have seen these channels. One of them's a Screen Culture, and it's like, oh look, it's a new Marvel trailer, and it's not. You know, it's a new Sonic trailer, and it's not. And look, I've actually fallen for it before because the quality, especially in the newer stuff, is actually pretty good, right? I mean, it's plausible. I mean, people have always done these fan trailers as long as YouTube's been a thing. And usually it was taking existing stock footage and maybe doing some stuff with, you know, After Effects or whatever. But yeah, these trailers are actually fairly decent and fairly viral, and Hollywood is paying attention. In fact, Screen Culture and KH Studio, both of these guys or gals making a ton of these AI generated trailers, and apparently making good money too. Now this is going out to Social Blade. Again, Social Blade's not accurate. I keep telling people this. Like, there's so many variables here, but this is a ballpark. They're saying on Social Blade for KH Studios, 112,000 to 1.8 million per year. Screen Culture is 82,000 to 1.3 million a year. Even if you split the difference, you're talking these guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, most likely at the minimum. But Hollywood's getting involved now. YouTube is pausing monetization on these channels, and the word is that the Hollywood studios want paid for this stuff, right? And this is causing a huge kerfuffle online, because you've got two schools of thought here, right? One is Hollywood should not be profiting off of a fan artist's work in this fashion. The other one is that it is their IP and it's AI generated slop. Well, here's the thing. Hollywood didn't care until they got serious about AI. And I think they're looking at this like, yeah, there's good money to be made in it. And you know, there's such a discussion now about AI and the limits of AI and how AI in Hollywood is going to replace people and displace people. But Hollywood studios are looking at it like, cha-ching, yeah, we can do more with less. And that is a very common theme that is coming up in discussions with you know, different people in Hollywood. We're probably going to talk about that in later videos, that they're all trying to make movies on the cheap now, and AI would definitely help them do that. So they're getting their first taste of the money that can be made with AI. And I am concerned as a content creator and as someone who follows YouTube, like where is this going to end? Like, you could argue, okay, they're doing fake Spider-Man trailers or whatever, but where is it going to end? Is it going to go down like Nintendo, where, remember about 10 years ago, if you played their games on your stream, they would demonetize you or demand half of that money. And I can see that happening here because these studios are desperate for revenue, and they know there's good money on YouTube. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. We're into it pretty far. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, hey, check this out. You still got some time. These are on their way. Shadow Binders hard enamel pins. These are 2-inch hard enamel pins. They should be here. I think we're going to be getting them in the end of next week, and then we'll start shipping them out probably the following week. But we're going to close this Kickstarter down when we get them in, or, you know, if we sell out before then. We have a couple dozen sets left that are not spoken for. So if you want them, go out to Kickstarter, look for the Shadow Binder Steampunk Fantasy Hard Enamel Pin Set Series 1. And yeah, they're going to be coming your way here pretty soon. So let's talk about this now. This comes from The Verge. Movie studios are being financially rewarded for AI slop on YouTube. Yeah, they are. And the thing is that they're calling it AI slop now. These are going to, and look, regardless of where you fall on AI, 5 to 10 years from now, AI is going to be the standard tool for creating content. It's already being integrated into everything. It's far from perfect. but eventually it's going to be the new normal. And, you know, it might take 400 people to put together a TV episode or something. Now, then in the future, it might take like 4. And they know it. And that's why they're investing so heavily in AI. That's why, you know, I believe they're going after these guys making these trailers, because they know there's money to be made, and eventually their own trailers are going to be made with AI. In fact, I believe there were some accusations that the Fantastic Four trailer had some AI in it. I know the pre-visualization that they did for, was it Comic-Con last year? People said that it was thrown together basically with AI just to kind of get the feeling out there. But eventually it is going to be integrated seamlessly into movie production, just like CGI is. And there's not much you can do to stop it. In fact, I would say at some point, AI will probably replace CGI, because you'll just feed the models into the machine and it will do a lot of the heavy lifting, which will be fantastic for creatives because you can do so much more, but it's also going to be catastrophic because you're not going to need as many people. Anyway, this comes from The Verge. Studios have been incentivized to keep fake trailer accounts running by asking YouTube to redirect the ad revenue. So so some Hollywood studios are reportedly earning money from fake AI-generated movie trailers on YouTube against the wishes of the union representing the actors. Yeah, so they're already making money on AI. I mean, look, again, ballpark figure. If just hypothetically speaking, let's say both of these YouTube channels will split the difference. They're making $500,000 a year each. That's $1 million between the two of them. That's free money for the studio. And they're going to look at that and be like, well, shit, we can do that ourselves. We can do that ourselves. And we can make a lot more money than that with AI. Oh, AI is wonderful, guys. Let's do more of it. According to Deadline, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Paramount, and Sony redirected ad revenue to themselves instead of enforcing copyright protection and shutting down the popular Screen Culture and Cage Studio trailer accounts. In response, SAG-AFTRA has criticized, that would be the union, has criticized the studios for profiting off of videos that use AI to exploit their members' likenesses without permission. Oh, interesting. Fan-made trailers are nothing new, but AI-generated videos have made it easier than ever for anyone to make artificially generated content. YouTube is becoming saturated with AI-generated slop that studios could where's that link to? YouTube is flooded with AI slop and it's going to get worse. Okay. The studios could tackle by issuing copyright strikes against offending accounts, but that would prevent them from monetizing the views on this new influx of content. They don't care how it's made. They don't care how it's made. They're just like, it's free money, right? This is, I mean, and this is nothing new, right? They've been doing it with music for years on YouTube. You use a copyrighted song, you get the Warner Chappelle music, they come in. And we had one video, I've talked about this before. We did a live stream one time and we had a bunch of old 80s commercials. And I swear to God, we had like 25 different agencies try to claim that video. It was ridiculous, but it's a feeding frenzy and a lot of it's automated. Yeah, like there isn't really a human going around reviewing every video. It's just like, oh, this is a content match. We're going to send it to the person that we think owns it. And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just want free money. But yeah, these studios are going to be like, yeah, free money. We're not going to shut it down. But are these guys going to make videos for you if they're not getting paid? Doubt it. Screen Culture has 1.4 million subs and almost 1.4 billion channel views, a larger audience than KH Studios' 683 subscribers and 560 million views. The fake movie trailers created by both accounts follow a similar pattern. Fuse together short clips from real movies or TV shows with AI-generated content. Many are based on real unreleased movies that already have official trailers such as Superman, Jurassic World, Rebirth, while others masquerade as fictitious TV seasons, movie sequels, or big screen adaptations. Yeah, and they're actually, it's confusing. And I gotta tell you, I mean, they need to mark these as like parody trailers or fan-made trailers, because sometimes they actually, and this is the thing too, sometimes they actually outrank the real trailers. And I've been duped before. I'm like, oh, New Fantastic Four trailer. Oh, cool. New Avengers trailer. Oh, cool. And so that's kind of awkward. But they said 2 days after Deadline published the investigation, YouTube stopped Screen Culture and Cage Studio from being able to monetize their clickbait content. Unlike our high integrity blog, it's just clickbait content. So obviously this person has a bias against AI stuff, right? And look, it's this. So I'm of two minds in this case, because YouTube has always been full of poop. They literally call it YouTube poop. It's just a bunch of random, like if you go down the rabbit hole of the garbage that's on YouTube, the problem is that it is outranking official stuff. So, they need to, I would actually say, you know what, work out a profit sharing deal with the studios and then make sure you mark these as parody trailers or fan trailers, or, you know what I'm saying? So people aren't clicking on this thinking it's a real trailer. But, it's too logical. We can't have that. We have to wipe AI from existence. According to Deadline, the accounts were suspended from YouTube's partner program for violating its video monetization policies. Creators are not permitted to make videos that are duplicative or repetitive, or made for the sole purpose of getting views. Wait, what? Duplicative or repetitive, or made for the sole purpose of getting views. That is the purpose of every YouTube video, right? That is the purpose of every YouTube video, the sole purpose of getting views. And you have to demonetize Mr. Beast too, I guess. Because the sole purpose of Mr. Beast channel is to get views. And have to make significant alterations to any material taken from other sources. YouTube's misinformation policies also bar creators from manipulating content in a way that misleads viewers, which would include creating fake trailers that can intentionally be mistaken for officially produced videos. Yeah, that's a problem. That is the biggest problem to me, is that people look at this and are like, oh, this is the official trailer. Oh, no, it's not. Screen Culture and Cage Studio can appeal the decision to pause their ad revenue. A notable change has already occurred on Cage Studio's channel. While older videos were described as being a first trailer, the 3 most recent uploads are called concept trailers. But they're tying this into SAG-AFTRA. Just as SAG-AFTRA is aggressively bargaining contract terms and creating laws to protect and enforce our members' voices and likenesses, we expect our bargaining partners to aggressively enforce their IP from any and all misappropriation. Monetizing unauthorized, unwanted, and subpar uses of human-centered IP is a race to the bottom. It incentivizes technology companies and short-term games at the expense of a lasting human creative endeavor. They don't care. This is what we keep trying to tell you guys, right? They don't care. They're going to make money. Look, if anything, this is going to speed up the process, because they're going to be like, God, just fake trailers are making $1 million a year. Just imagine what we can do. That's exactly what they're going to think, guys. That's what they're going to think. They're going to be like, look at this money. We are leaving money on the table, and God knows we need it. So yeah, I think this is actually going to hasten the demise of a lot of people's jobs, because they're, especially in VFX, because they're going to be like, yeah, we can just use AI. So the Cage Studio founder told Deadline his videos are just meant to provide fun what-if scenarios, according to Gizmodo, and called it tough to see it grouped together under misleading content in the demonetization decision. Well, you're dealing with big Hollywood studios now. My goal has always been to explore creative possibilities, not to misrepresent real releases. That is one thing I do have a problem with. I mean, I think it's fun. These trailers are fun, but they do look like official trailers. Like, they really need to, if they're going to continue to do this, they really need to like mark them as being, fan trailers. Said most YouTube users know the videos are fake. Yeah, if you follow the channel. So this person in the comments, that's exactly it. Deadline notes creators have to make significant changes if they're using materials made from others, and videos can't be duplicative or repetitive for the sole purpose of getting views. That is 90% of YouTube. That is the game. And YouTube encourages that, right? They do. It's all about click-through rate and retention. And, yeah, people are going to click on it like, oh, look, new Spider-Man trailer. Oh, I got to watch this. Oh, but this is kind of like kind of reminds me of the adult version of a few years ago. And this triggered one of the adpocalypse. They had this whole thing with, there were kids video, quote unquote, kids videos with like Elsa from Frozen and Spider-Man and the Joker. And they were doing all kinds of weird crap. And most of them were made overseas. And you had like hypodermic needles involved, and you had body horror involved, and they were supposed to be kids videos, and they had these cute, like, kid-friendly thumbnails. And then you had like, somebody dressed up as Elsa, like pooping balls out on the couch, like rubber balls. And then the Joker was like going to chase her around with a saw. It was crazy stuff. And they cracked down on that. And that was Disney having a fit. And that triggered the adpocalypse, or one of the many adpocalypses where they had to really filter their actual legit kids content out better. And they also turned off comments on kids content, which hit the algorithm and made it harder for a lot of stuff to get found. I know like entire family channels or like toy unboxing channels, that whole vertical just like disappeared almost overnight because there was no incentive. Now it was like, I'm not getting paid for it. So why do it? Why do it? If, But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. This is like the more adult version of that. So I think if the studios were smart, they'd work out a profit sharing arrangement with these guys, because it's not a good look to just like strike it. Now, the AI thing, yeah, they're totally gonna speed everything up, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's here. It's here. Is what it is. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Again, check out the Shadowbinders pins, probably a week or so, and we'll shut this down. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. We'll talk later.